Hey guys, today we are going to take a look at the TRS Shadow. This is a very cool knife, and if you haven't seen it yet, I think you guys are really going to like this. It was inspired by the World War I era trench knife. There was a lot of different iterations of the trench knife, but the classic model that a lot of people think of was actually issued mostly in World War II, although it would have been nice if our troops had it during World War I. And it's the Mark I, the 1918 Mark I trench knife. So we've taken that as kind of our springboard for designing a trench knife that has those kind of style and form factor of the trench knife, but with some modern upgrades. So let's go ahead and open this up and take a look. All right, so like most of our knives, it comes with a cool Stars and Stripes TRS logo sticker. And now we'll just go ahead and take a look at the knife itself. So the most prominent design feature that most people see here is the bow guard or finger guard with the protrusions here. That's kind of the defining feature of a trench knife, and it was designed for close quarters combat. Essentially, the story is that infantry during World War I were issued bayonets that were really excessively long. I mean, they served their purpose maybe 50 years prior. They just did not make sense for trench warfare. So they had these bayonets on the end of their rifles, and yet they were in trenches that might only be a few feet wide. And so they basically had no close quarters weapon. So a lot of troops started improvising, making their own, and then the various militaries caught on and started producing knives that were specifically designed for close quarters combat. And one feature that is in almost all of those designs is a finger guard, and then also some kind of spike on the end, with the idea that no matter how you're fighting, whether you're thrusting, punching, or maybe somebody's on top of you and you're hammering away on them, that you have something to cause and inflict damage on that person. So we've of course included all of that. We've used a modified spear point blade profile. Obviously as a trench knife, this would have been used as a weapon to penetrate, so more of a stabbing weapon. Of course, it's got a nice big blade that can also be used for slashing. And then we've put the spikes on the finger guard to just cause a little more damage if you use this to punch with. And then again, we put this kind of wicked spike here on the back end of it. Also serves as a glass breaker that you could use in some sort of emergency situation. Yeah, so that's kind of the defining features of this thing. And then kind of talk a little bit more about the design of this knife itself. One thing I'll say is the handle itself is made of GRN. That stands for glass reinforced nylon. Excellent handle material, very high heat resistance. Nylon, there's a lot of different plastics used just generally in all kinds of products, and even in cutlery knife handles. Our personal favorite is nylon, glass reinforced nylon specifically. Nylon is it's a plastic that has a higher melting temperature, which means this thing can be exposed to some pretty extreme conditions and not deform or start getting soft. It's also resistant to a broader range of different chemicals and solvents that it might come into contact with if you're using this in the field. So just overall an extremely durable handle. The sheath is made out of the same material, and we'll get into that in a minute. The blade coating, it's black oxide coated, which is not a paint. It's often, people think that this is a powder coated or something like that when they see a black blade. It's actually more similar to bluing that is done on firearms. In fact, they used to do that on knives as well. And this is a stainless steel, so this is kind of the blue version of bluing that is used on stainless steel. It's a surface conversion treatment, and it actually takes the top layer of stainless in the knife itself and converts it into basically magnetite, and it takes on this black color. So it will never chip, peel, or flake because it is not paint. You could not flake anything off of this because it's actually part of the metal itself. So that makes it extremely durable. It adds corrosion resistance to what is already a very corrosion resistant material. This knife is made out of stainless steel. You're not going to have corrosion problems unless you leave it in salt water for a month or something like that. Even then, with the black oxide coating, it adds even another layer of corrosion resistance. So we also like this coating because it just comes out really nice, and it has a nice semi-matte finish to it. It just looks great, and also just helps protect the blade that much more. So that's the blade coating we chose. Again, we talked about the profile of this blade. It's a modified spear point. A lot of people look at this and think it's a Tonto, American Tonto style. It kind of is, except we've sloped the spine down, coming to more of a point. So it's basically if you took an American Tonto and crossed it with a spear point. This is kind of what you've got. I like the American Tonto point, but I think this sort of modified version of that, it keeps the strength that the Tonto has, but then it increases the penetration power. And also I think it just looks cooler. So that's what we've chosen to go with here. We've also not included serrations. We prefer a plain edge. It's easier to resharpen, and in most instances a plain edge is going to give you better performance if you maintain it and keep it sharp than it would if it was serrated. And the problem with serrations is that when they get worn out, very few people have the tools that it takes to resharpen them. So essentially you take a knife that maybe there would have been 1.5 inches of serration at the base. Once that's dull and you don't have the tools to resharpen it, it's basically you've wasted 1.5 inches of the blade that's not really usable to you anymore. So plain edge, much easier to maintain, still gives you great performance. Let's now talk about the sheath. So this sheath is ambidextrous. The clip can be swapped to the other side of the blade. So it's currently set up for carrying on the right side of your body, but that can easily be swapped. It is made out of GRN as well. The blade lockup is really strong. This is not coming out. There's no way, and yet with a slight tug, it's out and ready to go. The other thing that we've done, and we've done this on some other knives that we've produced as well, and it's kind of inspired by competitive shooting holsters that have the front slot actually open. So the lockup on this is all here, and then it can't come out because the very end of it is covered by this closed section. That's all you need. Having this rest of this closed is absolutely not necessary. It makes no design sense to have to pull it all of the way out before you can tip it. And of course, competitive shooters realized this a long time ago and started designing holsters where you could, correctly orient the gun much faster. And we've essentially borrowed that design element and applied it to knives. Basically what it means is that you only have to pull the knife out this far, and then if it's on your side, you can already tip it. It works especially well for longer knives. Now this knife is, the overall length on this is, without the sheath, is 12.5 inches. The blade length is 6.75 inches. So it's a full-size field knife. So the problem is if you're carrying this on your hip, you've got to reach way up here before you can tip it and get it into use. So by doing this, it just shortens that draw stroke. So essentially you do this and then you tip it and it's ready to go. So it doesn't compromise blade retention. This thing is not going to pop out on you. Okay, so kind of giving you the tour of this knife. If you already own this knife, please let us know in the comments below what you think about it. If you just casually came across this, also let us know what you think about this design. And if you're thinking about buying it, let us know if you have any questions. We're always happy to give you more details if you are interested. And there it is. This is the TRS Shadow trench knife. Thanks for watching.